A waitress brings the bill to a girl and says, "This is your bill for the meal." The girl then stands up and pushes the waitress. A woman sitting nearby sees all of this. The girl says to the waitress, "You dare to ask me for the bill?" The waitress replies, "I just gave you the bill, but why did you push me?" Then another girl pushes the waitress and says, "How dare you come to us with the bill?" The waitress says, "It was the bill for the food you ate." The first girl says, "You don't know who I am," and pushes her again. As she goes to push her a second time, the woman sitting nearby gets up and stops her, asking, "Why are you pushing her?" The first girl says, "He not only asks me for the bill, but also looks at me with bad intentions." The woman says, "He only asked for the bill. What is wrong with that?" The second girl says, "He was looking at us in the wrong way and was also being rude to us." The waitress tells the woman, "Both of them are lying. I only asked them for the bill." The first girl says to the waitress, "You are being rude again." And as she raises her hand to hit her, the woman stops her and says, "Whatever you have to say it with your mouth. There's no need to raise your hand." The first girl says, "This is our problem, not yours." Then when the girl tries to raise her hand against the woman stops her hand and instead pushes the girl away, saying, "Aren't you ashamed? You are raising your hand at me?" The second girl tells the woman, "He has been being rude to us for a while. That's why we got angry." The woman says, "Be quiet. I saw everything with my own eyes. Don't make false accusations." The second girl says to the woman, "Instead of supporting us, you are getting angry at us." The woman replies, "Don't take advantage of being a girl." Then the second girl says, "Do you know that my friend's father is a big officer in this city? It's better for you to stay quiet." The woman says, "I don't care who you are, but you have to pay the bill." The first girl says, "All right, I'll call my father." The waitress pleads with the girl, "Please don't call your father. If this reaches my boss, he will fire me. I will pay your bill from my own salary." Then the woman tells the waitress, "Let her call whoever she wants. I'll handle it." Then she tells the girl, "Go ahead, call your father." The first girl says, "If I call my father, both of you will spend your whole lives in jail." The woman replies, "Make the call. I'll see." When the girl picks up her phone and starts looking for the number, the woman takes the phone and says, "Let me find the number for you. Maybe you've forgotten it." The girl asks, "How do you have the number?" The woman replies, "Because the officer of this city is not your father, but my husband." The first girl exclaims, "What? He's really your husband? Please forgive us. We did all this just to save some money. It won't happen again." The woman says, "You should be ashamed of yourselves. Don't misuse the fact that you are girls. Now what are you looking at? Get out of here." As the two girls start to leave, the woman stops them and says, "Pay the bill and then go." The girl asks, "How much is the bill?" The waitress says, $3,000. The girl takes out the money from her purse and pays the waitress. The woman returns the phone to the girl and says, "After today, don't let me see you two again." The two girls immediately leave. The waitress then says to the woman, "Thank you so much to you and your husband. Otherwise, I would have had to pay that money from my own salary." The woman replies, "There's no need for thanks. My husband isn't an officer here. I lied." The waitress asks in surprise, "Why did you lie?" The woman says, "Because those two girls were also lying and I couldn't stand it, so I helped you." The waitress says, "Thank you," and the woman leaves. This woman deserves a like.